Hello, welcome to InnerQuest. My name is Jay Stone, your host for today, and our guest is Stephen Roseley. Welcome, Stephen.
Nice to be here.
Stephen has been involved with minerals, stones, and crystals for over 18 years. He has done lectures and workshops throughout the United States and South Africa, Australia, and Madagascar. He founded and named the stone called Infinite, the Healer Stone. He operates a crystal and gem store in Lincoln Square, which is in Chicago. Stephen, how did you get started with minerals, stones, and gems?
Well, most of my life I spent in the corporate world, but in 1991 was my year of transformation. During the first 9 months of the year, my father died. I lost the best job I ever had. I went through a really messy divorce while I was taking care of my mother with Alzheimer's. You know, what else could happen? You know, sometimes spirit comes in your life and goes, knock, 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 time to change, and you don't listen. Louder, louder, louder. And finally, this happened. What happened is my father, when he retired, he took up the hobby of lapidary work, cutting and polishing stones, and he and my mom took cargo ships all over the world. So when he died, he left my brother and I over 500 pounds of stones and crystals and jewelry.
You ever think your father guided you into this career?
I do now. I do now. Well, what happened is we both weren't interested because we had been getting bolo ties, we've been getting wind chimes, all these different things that he made that went in the closet. But what happened with me is when my unemployment insurance ran out, I had become accustomed to eating. So I had to find a way to supplement. So I took some of the stones over to the Wheeling flea market. And I'll never forget the first day I came back home with $350 in my wallet, not realizing I sold $4,000 worth of stones. And that started me into getting involved in stones and crystals. In '92, I went to Florida trying to figure out what to do. And when I was there, I met a shaman. And I had picked up some crystals called celestials. And this shaman said, these are phenomenal. And all of a sudden, everything started to come together. What was amazing, though, is in the winter of '92, I went around to all the metaphysical stores in Chicago to sell the jewelry that I had started to make. And I went to this one. It was really neat. It was in Lincoln Park. It was a really small store, and this guy lived upstairs in a loft. And so on my way down to Florida, I set out to the universe. When I come back, I would like to find a place like that, where I could live downstairs, open the doors during the week, sell stones, on weekends do my shows. So I came back in April of '93, and I looked in the Monthly Aspectarian, and there, lo and behold, the guy's store that I was wanting was up for sale. So in June of '93, for my 50th birthday, I became a store owner. And everything been moving ever since.